Mr. Thomas Shelby.
My name is Thomas Shelby.
You have some kind of death wish, Mr. Shelby.
And today, I'm gonna kill a man. Fuck.
You know, Mr. Shelby,
Does your vanity have no limits?
it's almost as if you...
Bro, this time I will discuss Tommy Shelby from Tang's point of view. Maybe it has never been discussed at all. Maybe it has been forgotten by many people. For those who don't know, Thomas Shelby is the main character of the Peaky Blinders film series, considered the coolest image of a real man. From a Sigma male figure who can be successful in various aspects of his life, took himself and his family from the lower classes to the top ranks of society with a business worth millions of pounds, unafraid to face pressure from rivals, intimidation, and even repeated death threats. Successful without privilege, has a mentality as strong as a rock, is crazy about beautiful women, and doesn't waver against the cruelest enemies. What makes Thomas Shelby so strong, bro? Is it congenital? No. Or is it due to the influence of alcohol consumed regularly? No, this is actually a weakness. Perhaps because of the support and loyalty of his brothers. This is not the main factor, bro. The answer turns out to be long before the first episode of this series begins in the sentence, in the bleak midwinter. Long before the first episode of Peaky Blinders began, Thomas Shelby was a soldier who fought to defend his country. He fought in the First World War, Task 1. Dig underground culverts and place explosives under the enemy's base. Thomas carried out his duties very well, saved many lives, and even received an award medal. There was one moment that really changed his life, which was the trigger for the end of the new Thomas Shelby, who could be successful in a tough world. That moment was when he and his small team were left alone on the battlefield. The other troops had already withdrawn. They had absolutely no bullets left, just waiting for the opposing army to come in their lives. In moments of sadness, anxiety, and complete resignation, they then decided to wait for their deaths while singing the song in the bleak midwinter, meaning in the gloomy winter. It turned out that, due to a miracle, enemy soldiers did not come to that location. Thomas and his team were able to stay alive and return to their country. Since then, Thomas Shelby has always thought that he should have died on the battlefield. The fact that every second after that he was still alive was just an extra, a bonus from God. This is what makes him so brave, bro. Never again be afraid of facing intimidation, threats, blackmail, or even death. From various opponents, ranging from the mafia and law enforcement to people who have high power in the government, Thomas Shelby became braver and much more all-out in pursuing success as a man. He is not afraid of death because he feels that death is a part of life that is bound to happen. And every time death felt close, he would say the magic words in the bleak midwinter to strengthen his heart again. What is a valuable lesson for us, bro? Just like in the philosophy of Stoicism, love death. Not so that you become sad, depressed, or even suicidal, but love death to appreciate life. When you realize that one day you will leave this world, you will also realize that you have to take advantage of every second in this world to become a useful human being. We only live once. It would be a shame if we only spent our lives as cowards and losers. When we are aware, death can call us at any time. Maybe even in the next few minutes, we will appreciate the moment in which we are still alive more. We will be aware of the need to fill our lives with great works that can bring goodness to others. We will no longer postpone goodness with the excuse later, there's still time. Loving death can make your life much more meaningful. And just like Thomas Shelby with his in the bleak midwinter, find magical words that can remind you of death. It can be by saying the name of God, a prayer that you pray, or a sentence that you believe in. In essence, it makes you feel stronger and more confident to make good decisions before death comes. Be strong, be a human being who lives a noble life, and keep up the spirit, bro.